You are planning a trip to Barcelona. And of course, you want the famous things. Gaudí, the Gothic Quarter, Montjuic, tapas, the beach, great restaurants, long evenings, this Barcelona energy everyone talks about. But at some point, you may start asking a different question. How do I make this trip feel more personal, more memorable, more connected to the place itself? Because Catalonia is not only something you see in buildings, it is also something you taste. And one of the things most connected to Catalonia is wine. So you search for wineries near Barcelona, and one name keeps appearing: Penedès. Then comes the real question: is it actually worth giving up one full day of your Barcelona trip? Because honestly, Barcelona already has enough to fill a week. So why leave? And this is where most people get Penedès wrong. They think the decision is about wine, but actually it is about the kind of day you want to remember. If you only want to drink a few glasses, stay in Barcelona. There are wine bars in the city, there are restaurants with strong Catalan wine lists. You can drink Cava without going anywhere near a vineyard. But if you want to understand where Catalan wine comes from, the landscape, the cellars, the food, the families, the rhythm, then Penedès, it gives you the countryside behind the glass. The first reason to go is simple. It is close. In around 45 minutes, Barcelona starts to disappear. The streets become vineyard roads, the noise becomes space, the buildings become dry stone walls, old farmhouses, small villages, and vines stretching between the sea and the mountains. That contrast is the point. Many travelers visit Barcelona and stay inside the city bubble. Penedès breaks that bubble. It shows you that Catalonia is not only architecture, beaches, and restaurants. It is also agriculture, it is rural life, it is seasonal food, it is wine estates that have worked with the land for generations. And once you see that, Barcelona itself starts to make more sense. The second reason is Cava. For many visitors, sparkling wine means champagne, maybe Prosecco, but in Catalonia, sparkling wine has its own story, and Penedès is one of the places where the story becomes real. Here, Cava is not just something you order for a toast. It is connected to underground cellars, second fermentation in the bottle, long aging, and bottles resting quietly before they reach your glass. When you walk into a real Cava cellar, you understand the wine differently. You feel the temperature drop, you see the bottles aging in silence. You realize that the bubbles were not added for decoration. They were created slowly inside the bottle with time and pressure. That is something you cannot fully understand in a wine bar. You need to see where it happens. And then there is the food. This is one of the biggest surprises for many travelers. Cava here is not only for weddings, New Year's Eve or special occasions. It belongs at the table with seafood, with cheese, with cured meats, with bread with tomato, with rice dishes, with a long Catalan lunch. So a good day in Penedès is not about rushing from tasting to tasting. It's about the rhythm. That is when Penedès stops being just a wine region. It becomes a day you actually remember. But Penedès is not only about tradition. It is also a region trying to define its future. One of the strongest movements here is organic viticulture. From 2025 vintage till Penedès wines are organic. That matters because organic is not just one special bottle on the shelf here. It has become part of how the region wants to present itself. So when you stand in a vineyard in Penedès, you are not only looking at a pretty landscape, you are looking at a wine region trying to connect land, farming, sustainability, and identity. Now, is Penedès for everyone? No, if you expect champagne, you will miss the point. Penedès is different. Its strength is that it gives you something very Catalan, without making you travel far. So is Penedès worth visiting from Barcelona? Yes, if you want your trip to feel more personal than another crowded city scenery. Yes, if you want to understand Cava, where it actually belongs. Yes, if you want vineyards, cellars, food and countryside in one easy day. And yes, if you are looking for the kind of experience that gives your Barcelona trip another layer. Because sometimes the most memorable part of Barcelona is the day you leave it. This is Catalonia through wine.